if everything is produced, if everything is produced, which of course it is. Everything is produced. Everything is produced by the human program. And the human program is the nervous system and the brain. So everything is produced by the human program, which means the nervous system and the brain. In a Buddhist sense, you could say that everything that is produced for us by the 5 aggregates: body, feeling, sensation, consciousness, memory, perception. It's not completely a precise description of the 5 aggregates, or the 5 khandhas, as we say. You could say the 5 khandhas or the 5 aggregates. But everything that we experience is produced by these 5 aggregates. We can only experience that which is produced by the 5 aggregates. And the human being, the body, our life, the totality of the human life is created, constituted by the 5 aggregates. That which gives information to perception, that which gives information to the nervous system, that which gives information to the brain. And the brain is, of course, a part of the nervous system. So everything is produced by these 5 aggregates, or to make it more easy and more scientific and more precise, we could say everything is produced by the human program, because it is the human program that translates the experience of the 5 aggregates into our reality. So what would happen if we removed the 5 aggregates? Then we would be dead, so to speak. We would come to nirvana, we would come to freedom, we would come to that which is Parabrahman in the old Indian Hindu Vedantic philosophy, Advaita philosophy, that which is behind everything, that which is the ultimate absolute, that which isn't, that which is that which everything else stands on. The eternal aspect of life, which is that which we cannot see, which in scientific sense could be called primary space, because it is the complete nothingness. It is that which all reality stands on. And this ultimate reality, or this primary space, is that which gives space as spaciousness the possibility to exist in space, which means that it's also that which gives the 5 aggregates the possibility to exist in space, is that which gives the possibility for the human program to be in this world at all, and to produce that which the human program produces, which is our life, which is our mental reality. So when we remove all of that, when all of that is taken away, we come to the complete homeostasis. We come to eternity, so to speak. We come to eternity, so to speak. We come to primary space. We come to that which isn't, but that which is because of its isn't-ness, you could say. The ultimate absolute is that which we do not have access to, but it's that which everything else stands on. It's the ultimate absolute, the nothingness, the Parabrahman, that which we cannot perceive, but which we could say it is that which makes perception possible. And in the Indian Advaita Vedanta style, we identify with the ultimate absolute, or that which is behind awareness, that which gives awareness to that which is having awareness. It is the consciousness of consciousness itself, but that also is that which stands on the ultimate absolute. But the thing that is interesting is that is an identification. In the Buddhist sense, you should give up that identification, because any identification is actually just a manifestation of desire. It's an attachment. So And when there is attachment to something, then we want to keep that which this attachment gives us, the prospect of something, the presentation of something that we want to have. And this also goes when it comes to different states of existence. So people who want nirvana, people who want to have liberation, they get stuck in their want. They get stuck in their attachment to that which they want. So it's very important to remember the Buddhist doctrines of giving up that desire, because if you have that desire, it will keep you stuck. You prefer a state of existence. You prefer liberation. You want liberation, which means that you're stuck. You're living in a cartoon. You're living in a small photograph. You're living in a frame, you know. But when you give that up, then liberation comes to you by itself. So it's important to know that a lot of spirituality is actually just an attachment to a preferred state of existence. It's an attachment to the idea or the experiential reality of true self. If you attach to that reality, then you're stuck in that reality. It is good medicine, and it will help you because it will take you out of the mental circus that we otherwise live in. So it's a good yoga. It's a good yoga of the mind. It's a good yoga of how to control the brain, the activity of the brain. But it's even better to understand that anytime we attach to a preferred state of existence, we are keeping us in bondage, so to speak, to that which we want, which we want the absence of suffering, we want freedom, we want liberation. When we give that desire up, then liberation comes by itself, and we get free from the five aggregates by giving up our desire for something that we prefer. We want to be happy, all right, then we make problem for ourselves. We want to be liberated, okay, we make a problem for ourselves. If we give all of that up, then when we get free from the five aggregates, that which the human program is producing for us and the possibility for us to identify, then that which lies in the absence of the five aggregates, the Buddha nature, comes to us by itself. Liberation comes to us by itself. So it's important that we don't get too stuck in a preferred state of existence when it comes to that which we call liberation. Awakening is just a stupid word for the professional, because the only thing that you need is to practice. Actually, you have to practice to let go of that. You know, you have to practice to be free of your own preferred states of existence. You have to give it up. You have to let the world or true self or ultimate reality or that which is come to you by itself. If you control it, if you want to control it, you will be stuck and you will be producing a preferred state of existence that is your own product. So it will not be freedom, it will not be liberation. This is just a little reflection on that. Anytime you attach to a preferred state of existence, okay, then you are performing a mental yoga which can help you. But the best yoga is to give it up, because then homeostasis and balance comes to you by itself automatically. So it's not easy to accept that we have to be free, in a sense, from that which the human program wants us to identify with, because we are all the time presented with stuff and material and parts of ourselves and parts of the psychological self. We are always presented with that from the mind-brain system, and we attach to these aspects. But when we disidentify, when we don't identify with that, then truth comes by itself. So it's important not to get too stuck or too hung up in a preferred state of existence, because we're all going to die. And how do we prepare ourselves for death? How do we prepare ourselves for that which is dying? Well, to liberate ourselves from the five khandhas, to see that we can be free from it, to let the human program be what it is without attaching to it. Because that which we are is actually below consciousness. It is in our non-conscious self. It's in our subconscious. We don't have really access to our source. The source is just there, and it's producing all the phenomena that we relate to in our mental world. So it means that in order to prepare for death, to prepare for dying, we should prepare ourselves with the practice of letting go of that which we normally attach to through our mind-brain system. We should prepare ourselves for that which is dying, for that which is death, in a way where we can be free from that which is produced by the brain. Doesn't mean to delete it, to get rid of it, just be free from attachment to it. And to recognize that there is a source inside of us that is, in a sense, hidden from us, and that which we are is something that we cannot truly change, because it lies so deeply ingrained in our source system, in the basic setup, which is in the non-conscious or subconscious area of our life, the thing that we cannot actually see ourselves. We can only see the aspects, we can only see the mental phenomena that arise through consciousness and with our mind-brain activity. So to accept, to be free from everything that our own machine is producing, is a way to prepare ourselves for dying, to be more free in life, and to be more free when it comes to that which is dying. We don't know what's going to happen when we die, but it will be a good thing for us if we prepare ourselves to smoothen, to soften our system in such a way that we are able to be free from that which we normally are not free from. We should practice to be more free from that which is presented to us by the human program, and we should practice to be free, find something inside ourselves, the Buddha nature, or the primary space, you could say, or the non-conscious part of ourselves, the soul, we could call it the soul too, or the universal Christ, the spirit, the platinum drop of divine energy or source, or God, even we can call it God too. We should practice to be at one with that essence, so that we know that I'm able to let go of the five aggregates. I'm able to let go of the body-mind system. I'm able to let go of the human program and still be that which is accepting and preparing for death, for dying. I'm okay to go without that which the human program produces. I'm okay to be that which I do not actually know, but which I can feel in my, that it's a part of my non-conscious, subconscious system. I'm okay to give up my attachment and my relationship to that which is presented to me through consciousness and through the mind. I'm okay with giving that up. And I can find my center in the drop of platinum, or I can find myself in the center of the God heart or of the Christ heart or of the Buddha nature that I can see myself as when I'm free from the five aggregates and from the human program. So this was just a little practice and reflection and contemplation of that which is producing our mental reality, and also on the very important part of our life, which should be to prepare ourselves to be without it. We have to prepare ourselves for letting go of, or being free from, or losing that which keeps us stuck in the mind-brain reality. It's a good thing to practice that, because then we lose fear of death, and we lose the fear of losing something. That's what we need to practice. We need to practice to no longer be afraid to lose that which we are going to lose, because that's what we are afraid of. We're afraid of losing consciousness. We're afraid of losing our attachment to identification system. We're afraid of losing our psychological self. We're afraid of losing that which we identify as. We are afraid of losing this and that. But that's what we have to practice. We have to practice to be free from that. We have to practice to be able to let go of that and still have a connection to a part of us that is non-conscious or subconscious or below any kind of consciousness, to have that as a vehicle for us when we are going away, when we are passing into another state of existence, or into no existence, or whatever death will be for us, which we don't know. But we know, or I know, that it's a good idea to prepare for that. Not only when it comes to prepare ourselves for dying and for death, but also to make us more stabilized and balanced in life, so that we're not too attached, there's not too much mental fever up in our mind-brain box, up in our heads. We need to be able to let things pass and still not lose balance, because we are, or we connect to, or have something that we will not lose. And if we will lose that, okay, maybe we'll lose that too. But to lose everything that is produced by the mind-brain system, by the human program, and by the five aggregates, that is a good idea.